Good evening. My name is Diego Hyndman.
And my name is Nicole Bonfiglio.
And welcome to another episode of Record, where we give you the latest in news, sports, and culture at Seattle U. We hope you had an excellent homecoming weekend. I know I did. I was able to catch the improv show and Battle of the Bands. But welcome back to a new week and to our report. To kick the week off, we'll be reporting on SGSU's latest initiatives, talking to basketball players Morgan Means and Aaron Menzies about the homecoming game, and interviewing Braden Wild, the CEO and founder of Mott Mott Coffee, a student-created coffee distributor.
Wow.
It's pretty sweet.
That is pretty sweet. But before we go into that, SGSU wants you to take the SUSS survey. It's currently live and has been emailed to all students at Seattle University. Maitland Hennessy, transfer representative for SGSU, told us that the survey is instrumental in collecting and sharing the voices of the students with the administration in the coming year. Taking the SUSS is a simple process with a huge impact on bringing change to the campus. The survey closes on February 20th though, so don't wait until the last minute to take it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact Maitland at sgsutransferrep@seattleu.edu.
I'll be finishing that tonight, probably.
Don't forget.
Speaking of SGSU, the 2018 legislative agenda of our student government focuses on inclusion, transparency, and integrated resources on campus. The organization wants to hear more of your voices by connecting clubs and resources on campus for a better student experience. On top of that, keep your eyes out for a documentary that they're producing. It's called The Unnamed Project, and it's going to give a platform for the voiceless, the marginalized voices on campus, to speak up. So stay tuned for more on their progress.
Excited to see that.
Yeah.
Congratulations, guys. This past Thursday, February 1st, was Housing and Homelessness Advocacy Day in Washington, and an SU student-led team went out to make a change. Katie Bradley, Tess Risky, and Madison Fucci from our very own Seattle University Project on Family Homelessness collected 545 postcards on campus to send to lawmakers in an effort to end homelessness.
That's awesome.
Did you
Great
get to
job.
fill one out?
I did, actually, yeah.
I didn't.
So I got mine sent in.
Congratulations, ladies.
That same night in the Campion Ballroom, Battle of the Bands rocked the night away. Our team was there interviewing the fantastic group of talented individuals, and you can watch the exclusive interviews on our YouTube channel. So click on our profile right down here and subscribe to our channel right down there. Anyway, the winner of Battle of the Bands and a future Quadstock musician is Griffin Lehman, who we'll have on the show soon. In the meantime, I'm joined by SU men's basketball stars, point guard Morgan Means and center Aaron Menzies after an excellent game last Saturday to talk sports. So let's take a quick look at the last play of the game.
Congratulations, boys.
And here's a look at the locker room, moments after the buzzer went off.
I love my team!
And so tell me about that last play. Tell me what happened, sort of the rundown of it.
Well, the second to last play, dude came down, hit a crazy step back jumper, and then I'm pretty sure Jordan hit 2 free throws after that to put us back up 1, and then we just kind of locked in, knew that we could get a stop. He tried to pull off the same move, but it didn't quite work out the second time. And
Yeah. Well, Aaron, right now, since I have you on the mic, you got the WAC Hoops Men's Player of the Week, so congratulations, yeah.
Appreciate that.
Big ups to you. I have here that you recorded your 4th straight double-double in that game. You got 15 points, 12 rebounds, and a career-high 6 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
How does that feel?
I mean, it feels good, but it's really just an end product of what the team has been producing. I mean, if they don't pass me the ball, I don't score. So,
Yeah.
pretty much that's it. The team's been going in the right direction, and that's just a product of that.
That's awesome, yeah. And Morgan, I'll move over to you. You ended up getting 14 points off the bench. Pretty sweet. Great 6-man presence. Yeah, tell me about sort of the wind down of the game. What was going through your mind when that last shot happened?
Well, I felt like we were pretty much in control of the game, most of the game, and our offense wasn't as good as it was in the first half and the second half, but we stuck with it. Something we've been really good at this whole year is just sticking with it, fighting through, finding a way to win, and we did that.
That's awesome, yeah. And you're a junior now, correct?
Yeah, Richard.
And what year are you now, Morgan?
Sophomore.
So I remember that last year we got something like 13 wins in the season, and this year with that win we just moved on to 16-8 overall.
Right.
So how does that feel to be able to make some moves with SU basketball?
It was great.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels really good.
Yeah, why don't you tell me about that since you've been on the team for a while?
Yeah, it's been a while. Last year, my year got cut short with injury, but I mean, it just feels good to just be out there with just a group of guys that I'd do anything for, and it just feels great, man.
Yeah.
Just to win.
Yeah, and so we big likelihood of making it to the tournament, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're 5-2 in the WAC now, and so that's pretty great too, putting us pretty close to the top, right?
Second.
Yeah, second from the top. And I want to talk to you guys about defense. Sort of how does the team really get the defending down? Because in this last game, you were able to hold the UVU top scorer to 1 for 9 from the field.
That's really down to Rashad Gittins. We put him on the best scorer every game, and I don't think there's been a game all season where he hasn't locked down their main player. So it kind of stems from him, really.
Yeah.
And the energy that he brings on the end of the floor.
Yeah, and he was able to finish the game really, really strong, right?
Yeah.
He was able to get an offensive board,
And he hit the free throw.
and he hit the free throws, the go-ahead free
Yeah,
throws.
that's right.
Yeah, so that was great. Yeah, so we also have 3 grad transfers that are new this year. Jordan Hill, Rashad Gittins, and Josh Hurley. How's their presence kind of changed the team? How's that kind of changed it up?
Well, our grad transfers are huge with us. They're 3 of our starting 5, so they bring them, as long as Aaron and Matei, they bring a lot of scoring to our team. They bring a lot of energy. But those 3 specifically bring leadership and like they are the ones that show us like how to work, I guess. So like it's different. If we didn't have them, Aaron would be the oldest person on our team, and he's the only junior on our team.
Oh, yeah.
So they bring like that
Kind of the veteran experience.
experience of being in games. They've been in a lot of games.
Just to add to that, I'm pretty sure all 3 of them have been on an NCAA tournament team, so they've been there and done it where both of us want to get to. So
Yeah.
we bring that aspect as well.
Have you guys been able to kind of get tips and tricks from them on sort of how to perform in game and sort of what they went through as undergrads playing in college hoops?
Yeah, they've shared like some of the difficulties they've had. I feel like Morgan maybe can relate to like Jordan and Rashad a little bit more, but my role as big man is kind of a little bit different. So
Yeah.
they definitely brought some leadership and some knowledge to the team for sure.
Yeah. And I read that you're 7'3",
Yeah,
correct?
Yeah.
Pretty tall. That's
Pretty big.
taller than most NBA players, even, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you find that really gives you an upper hand in terms of the WAC compared to other big guys in our league, in our conference?
I mean, it's still a pretty big league, but I just gotta use my size to my advantage and keep that working.
Yeah. So what was practice like coming back from the game? Coming back from a win like that, how was Hayward feeling?
Well, first of all, we had to like we were excited about the win, and that was to be known. Like, good job, congratulations. But at the end of the day, we just got to get back to work. Our season's not over. We're not where we want to be yet. We haven't really met any of our like long time goals. We're excited to be winning, and we're pleased with every win. Every win in the WAC is a big win.
Yeah.
But we're still not where we want to be. So we just got to keep moving forward to
Right.
get to there.
Yeah. What are some of those goals though?
Two of our goals is, first one is 20-win season.
Okay.
So we're 16-8, so we have 4 more wins to do that, and we have 7 more games. So we definitely want to do that.
Looking
And
pretty good, right?
We still want to make the tournament, so that's a big goal of ours.
Yeah, of course. How many wins do we need for that?
That comes down to the tournament. We have to win
WAC
the
championship.
WAC championship to go to the NCAA tournament.
Right, right. Well, the second round of WAC play is at Kansas City on Thursday, February 9th.
Yeah.
That's their next game. But the next home game, students, we want you out there. And the next home game is going to be against UTRGV, correct?
Yeah, and that'll be on campus at the Connolly Center.
Yeah.
So everybody should come out.
Yeah, and some fan presence is really nice, right?
Fans
Helps a
were
ton.
awesome last game.
Yeah,
that
y'all made
meant
a
the
massive
world.
difference.
Yeah.
For sure.
Meant the world.
Yeah. Do you find that sort of the free throw scare tactics that are employed behind the net help?
Yeah. For sure, but mostly just like feeding off that kind of energy.
Yeah.
It just really gives the team a boost. From the first game we played this year to the last game that we just played now, the energy in the arena is just 100 times better.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it makes a massive difference.
Yeah. Yeah, I
For sure.
believe that for
Yeah.
sure. Do you guys have a personal preference in terms of which court to play on, Connolly or Key Arena?
I mean, when Key Arena's like that, Key Arena for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, when we can pack it up at Key Arena, that's awesome. All right, well, catch them at their next home game against UTRGV, Thursday, February 15th at Connolly Complex at 7 p.m. It's one of last 2 home games for the Seattle University Redhawks. So make sure to get these guys out there.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Appreciate it.
We'll see you next time.
Canisius comes from St. Peter Canisius. He is a famous Jesuit. And what we wanted to do is we really wanted to tie our name to the Jesuit identity of Seattle U, but we didn't necessarily want to do the Red Hawk. So we decided, what's a cool Jesuit that we could name it after? And St. Peter Canisius, he is the founder of Jesuit institutions, like actual school buildings. So we figured, why not do that for us, because we're the first student-run design agency. We're founding a place for students to work together to find marketing and business and design, just putting it all together. So we figured he was the best representation, and plus it sounds pretty cool, Canisius, right?
Yeah.
Got a nice ring to it. So.
My name is Ben Vihoff, and I'm the creative director for Canisius.
Hi, I'm Veronica Zwicky, and I am the founder and director of Canisius Designs.
Hi, my name is Aisha Natividad. I'm one of the marketing specialists, part of the team.
So we are Canisius Designs. We are the first student-run marketing agency here at Seattle U. We focus on design and just general marketing for clubs at the university, and we also are looking for nonprofits to help out here in Seattle that can't afford marketing help. Recently, we've done a lot of work with Mott Mott Coffee. What we've done is we completely rebranded their coffee business. They started as Café Ambiental, and we named them Mott Mott after
The national bird of Nicaragua.
it's a totally running marketing and design agency. So all these students are coming across from different colleges, plus we're hiring graphic designers, so if you know any that want to come and join our team. But we just work with other colleges, and we make sure that the bridge is finally connected between the College of Arts and Sciences and Albers. For the longest time, it just really hasn't been there. We're 2 different universes. Yeah. But Ben here, he's in College of Arts and Sciences, and I'm Albers. And yeah, we're finally working together, which I think is a really amazing thing. We are also part of the American Marketing Association. I'm the president of that as well. And so we kind of run with AMA. We kind of help each other out, and that's kind of where we get some of our awesome team members, like Aisha here. She was an AMA recruit.
Hearing about Canisius Designs for the first time was really exciting for me. I knew it's something I wanted to do, and so thankfully I got the position, and that's how I met Ben and Audrey and Janet and everyone else. So it's been a great journey.
So as of right now, we're just working with other student clubs. we're constantly working with Mott Coffee and constantly helping them with new things like stickers, brochures, stuff like that. But we're also really trying to get ourselves out into the Seattle area rather than just staying here at SU. So that's why we're working with professors. We're trying to reach out to Center for Community Engagements. We're trying to create a website for ourselves now to really promote ourselves now. Now that we're moving on, we have some clients that we've worked with. It's now about branding ourselves and making sure everyone knows who we are.
It's like a brainstorm.
That's what I was
session,
looking
would
for.
think. Like we just kind of, like we talk a little bit before just to like get situated, and then we get to work and we just kind of like throw ideas out at each other, and like, you know, we come up with like one design and then somebody works on it, and then while we're talking about something else, like they're able to like finish it, and then they show it to us, and then we're like, all right, cool, yeah, like, or fix these things. So it's kind of like a process that like keeps going until like we get tired. So, yeah.
Was Canisius Designs, our student-led marketing team on campus, and they helped out international business and econ major Braden Wild here with his business. So, Braden, tell me a little bit about that. Mott Coffee.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, Diego.
My pleasure.
So Mott Coffee is the first student-created and student-run business on campus. They're the first design agency, but we're the first business. And what Mott Coffee does is we buy fair trade organic coffee directly from coffee farmers around the world. We pay them up front, and we pay them a higher sustainable wage. We ship it and run our own supply chain. We bring it onto campus, get it ready for sale, and sell it on campus in the surrounding area, using the profits to fund educational scholarships for the farmers that we buy from.
Wow, that's really awesome. So to get started, since we just talked about Canisius Designs, why don't you tell me about your partnership with them? Sort of how did that work? Who did what in terms of branding? How much contribution did you have?
Yeah.
And yeah, how'd that go down?
So we started our relationship with Canisius last year, where they helped us kind of really develop what was the Mott brand. So before they came in, we were a company and we were operating, but we really kind of didn't have a great sense of our brand identity.
Yeah.
So
And that was Cafe Ambiental,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
So we're incorporated officially as a corporation as Cafe Ambiental, which means environmental coffee. And that's a name that comes from the farmers that we work with, and that's something they were really proud of, and that's what they use. So we kind of wanted to honor and be inspired by that. And that as a parent company still is true, but Mott is the embodiment of the brand of what is it for Nicaraguan coffee. So Canisius from the ground up really helped us build what does the logo look like, what is the brand, what is the story that we're trying to convey.
Yeah, and they designed the logo based off of the Nicaraguan bird,
Yeah,
right?
believe it or not, I have a hat. I was going to bring it in. I brought it. Side stands everywhere in Nicaragua sell this hats and banners and things with this bird, and it's really kind of something that a lot of Nicaraguans have pride in and they enjoy. And so we wanted to honor that imagery and that idea. And so we always try and strive to use animals whenever we're thinking about brands or ideas or logos.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
That's really great. Yeah, no, I love the idea of having that be the symbol of the brand.
Yeah.
And so why'd you start this in general? I mean, what made you want to start a business?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I would say that I kind of fell into entrepreneurship is the simplest way to say it. I didn't really think of myself as an entrepreneur when I came to campus here, but in starting Mott and doing research, in doing the business plan competition, it's something I found I really strive at, and I really am good at it. It's something that I find inner passion for. And for me, entrepreneurship represents the chance to reinvent something or do something new, to improve upon the world around you. So for me, Mott is this really cool intersection between living out the SU mission and living out something that's important to me, getting to practice entrepreneurship.
Right. And so why coffee?
Yeah,
Right?
I've always asked that question.
Why coffee
Weird
and why
enough,
not more collared shirts,
More
for example?
collared shirts, yeah. I think, so believe it or not, I never actually drank coffee before I came to college. And people don't believe that sometimes. But it's kind of, again, it's something I just fell into, and it's something that you love. Sometimes when you love something, you don't know it until you find it.
Right.
And so for me, that was coffee. When I was doing research in Nicaragua, starting that process, looking at the differences between how coffee's bought, how it's sold, some of the issues of the international market, I like to say that I got addicted on coffee in Nicaragua initially. And I just kind of kept going with it, doing research, doing presentations, growing, and working with Mott, and I just went from there.
Yeah. And so this was all started because you went to Nicaragua, had a fulfilling experience.
Yeah.
And what was that for? Why'd you go down there in the first place?
We initially went down there on what's called a global grant, which is like a faculty student research grant to do economics research on the differences of fair trade and direct trade coffee.
Okay.
So looking at how are they paid differently? Does fair trade really solve anything? Is it a better model? Can you empirically measure that?
How do they differ? Because I mean, you hear fair trade all the time.
Yeah. So the simple way of looking at it is fair trade is a certification standard that ensures minimum wage for all people in the supply chain, whether that's growers or farmers or pickers. Certain levels of environmental standards and just kind of an accountability, a label that someone can go and look at and know there's a meaning behind that brand. That's not always the case, and there's some issues with some small farmers who really can't take advantage of it. Some farmers disproportionately are advantaged by it. So direct trade is the solution by many companies. Their way of addressing some of the issues where smaller farmers can't access fair trade, they can't get the expensive certification, it falls short of often what they'd actually need to get paid to have an equitable wage. Yeah. So we like to think of ourselves as a blend between the two. We use the term jokingly sometimes like fairer than fair trade.
Okay.
But it's trying to take a blend of the positives of both of those methodologies and seeing how we as a student business and as kind of a startup, an incubating kind of company, figure out how to do things better.
Yeah. And so as a student business, do you find it to be more challenging, less challenging, competing with other businesses?
I would say a little bit of both.
Making relationships with other people and farmers and distributors?
I think people are a lot more willing to give us a chance to work with us, to give us that first entrance into the market. So that's really a big benefit.
That's cool. Yeah, that's great.
That you shouldn't ignore.
Right.
And I just love working with the passion and the new group of students. We have 8 interns this year and 5 paid students, 4 faculty advisors, 7 or 8 professionals. So there's momentum, there's drive, people are really interested, and you can see it in the work they do. So there's definitely some more difficulties, turnover and other things, but
right.
I think the passion makes up for it.
But you're no longer going to be a student very soon. You'll be graduating, and so what's gonna happen to Mott in the future?
Yeah. So my current EVP, Sam Henry, will be taking over next year as the new CEO of Mott, and I'm very confident in her very able hands. I'm not worried about it. So we really are ready with a group of new students that are ready to come in, have trained, have worked on it for a year and a half, and I'm confident they can take and run with it.
Yeah. And so why Sam? What drew to her? Did she come to you and ask you for the opportunity?
So I interviewed her. I interviewed 45 students for the 4 positions when I initially did it.
Wow.
And she was one of the 4 and one of the true standouts of the group for her well-roundedness, her intelligence, I think her drive. She understood what we were doing, right? I didn't want to just hire someone that knew how to do the technical work, and she's a great designer and a marketer. But someone who can understand the purpose of why we're doing it. Because if we're not doing it for the right reasons, then we shouldn't be doing it.
And that's super important because, you've got all the passion, you've got all the drive, but it's making sure that someone else younger than you can keep it going.
It's instilling that in people below you, too, and getting them ready to train up and know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's great. Well, you mentioned earlier that profits of the company get donated to educational scholarships.
Yep.
So how does that work?
Yeah. So we kind of look at it from a base to the end product. When we actually buy the coffee, we're paying the farmers 25 to 30% more, depending upon the year and the season, from what they would typically get for that quality. They would then be paid up front, which is a big difference. Oftentimes, farmers aren't actually paid until the coffee is shipped, and that makes a big difference in the harvest cycle when they have no money. Yeah. And then the end profit, which is 10 to 15%, dependent upon of our initial revenues, actually goes back to the farmers.
Okay.
So all the net profit. So.
That's great. Yeah, and each cup actually makes an impact, right?
Yeah, it does. So the metric we like to use is that when you buy 1 bag of coffee at the Cave or the bookstore or wherever you buy it, that provides transportation for a month for a kid in a coffee co-op. So it's really a tangible, direct impact.
Yeah, no, it's great. And about how much are the bags?
They're $12.95 in the Cave or the bookstore, which is about right for the area.
Sounds great. Yeah. And where else are you distributing? Are you able to connect with other stores and stuff around Seattle?
Yeah, we actually just signed a contract on Friday, so I can talk about it.
Congratulations!
An exciting new
That's awesome.
Partnership with Verve Bowls
in
Capitol Hill and in Ballard.
I have a friend that works there. Yeah.
So Mott's actually providing all of their coffee.
Okay.
So
awesome.
be sure to check us out there.
That's great.
It's a great opportunity for us to get to partner with another student and another local business.
Yeah. Any thoughts about going into tea or not really?
It's a lot. No.
Just coffee for now. Well, great. Ethically sourced coffee, Mott Coffee. You can get it at the bookstore and the Cave. Braden Wild? thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks, Diego.
All right, and thanks for joining us on another installment of Record. Tune in next week to see more coverage of Battle of the Bands and our very romantic Valentine's special. If you're interested in becoming a part of the Red Hawk Entertainment Network, message us at Record Seattle U on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever. Any news you see that's cool, tag us on all those social media sites. We want to hear from you, students. So make sure you find us on social media. We'll be back next week. See you next time.